Welcome to the Guys You Guys podcast. We're talking about Japanese music. Hey guys, how you doing?
Are we doing the thing now? What's
yeah,
up,
we're
guys?
live. Yeah.
Hey,
Hi.
hey.
Guys,
What's
I'm
going
so
on,
sorry. I literally rolled in here like 4 seconds ago. And
This is true.
probably really stressed Alan out. So I'm sorry about that. Like, we're eating breakfast and Rosie's like, "What time does the stream start?" And I was like, "Oh my God." And I ran out here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, I wasn't stressed at all.
Okay.
I think we've gotten to a point where we're like, you know what? If people show up, they're gonna show up.
That-
but if
exactly,
they don't,
yeah,
we're
that's
just
how
gonna
I-
go anyway.
That's exactly how I think. I'm like, if you guys can come, cool. If not,
All right.
Yeah. And we were enjoying some Nemophila before you showed up.
yes.
Oh, cool.
Which you
Member-
guys can see on if you're a channel member. We just checked out the new Nemophila style video that they re-recorded without Saki.
What?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, they
That's
just
one of
did
my
it yesterday.
favorite songs.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's
Ah,
I gotta
so
check
good.
that out.
Well, congratulations, because this is probably the best rework that they've done so far.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's really fucking good. Yeah, I was really impressed with it. I think we all liked it, right, guys? On
Yeah.
that one.
Uh,
Now
yeah.
I'm
yeah,
super
I'm a
bummed
fan.
that I didn't get here in time.
You should be.
I accept my shame.
Shame him.
It was
For
so good, man.
shame.
It was so
It's
good.
cool. Yeah, just to give like a little insight to what we might be talking about. My favorite part was just how they put the underlying guitar from the original recording to the forefront, and it just like totally changes the sound
Oh,
of the
cool.
song.
Yeah, like you get new riffs and stuff in it. It's pretty awesome. Hey, thank you so much, Michael, for the $20 super chat.
Michael Mintz.
Here's towards
Towards
our
your
PRS Kanami guitar. Yeah, let's just start talking about that.
Sick.
'Cause,
you,
It's the
Michael.
first $20 into the bank there.
yeah, it's $6,000, right, for this guitar. And then there's
Yeah,
these
dude.
people that fucking bought 4 of them or 3 of them
Yeah.
at a time. And
At
I'm
least
not.
3. I know 2 people that bought 2. Then there's another guy on Reddit bought 3, and he said he's going to sell the third one like at price and shipping.
I'll buy it.
Amazing.
Are they all the same,
Sounds
or
to
is
me.
it like
Are they
different
sold
colors
out?
and stuff?
Yeah, they're the same. Yeah, pretty positive they're sold out.
Guys, I
Wow.
underestimated that they would sell them this fast because I was like, you know what? I'm out of debt.
Really?
I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to use one of my credit cards. And then they're like, went to go. And like, it's all sold out. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Like, that's not happening.
It was hard because I think it's weird how they did it, because they, instead of maybe how PRS does everything, but instead of being able to go to PRS and be like, yeah, I want one of those guitars, it was like there's only so many allowed for different distributors, so you had to like go running around the fucking world online to find who had them and if they had them or not.
I couldn't
Dang.
believe Guitar Center had some. Center has some. Sweetwater did.
Sweetwater, they only had like 18 for Sweetwater, which I thought was
Yeah.
odd.
Yeah, they oversold, by the way, too, at Sweetwater. They oversold by 1.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh no! So someone bought one that's not
And
good.
they're not going to get
Man.
it. Oh, that's going to hurt. Hopefully it's someone that bought multiples. I'm not a fan of the fact that people bought multiples of them. I'm like, dude, come on, give somebody a chance to
It
get
kind of
them.
sucks, but I mean, I guess if you can, I guess it doesn't suck. If you can, I mean, fucking do what you want, but I don't know.
You can, but like it's like when people go onto the pre-sale for tickets, buy all the tickets,
It
just
felt
to, like,
exactly
resell
like
them
that.
later. Like I hate
Yeah.
that, man. Like I don't just give people a chance to buy it first, and then if there's more left over, you could buy more tickets and sell them later. But don't raise the price up for everybody that wants to buy something.
There's
I know
definitely.
the one,
Blood in the market.
yeah, like the one dude who bought 3 said one's for to keep, one's to play, and then one is for because people buy them and can't get them, he'll sell it at price. It's like, well, okay.
Then you should
why-
have just left
somebody
it on
could've
there.
got it.
You should've
They
left it
could've
on
bought it
there.
at price then.
I don't
Alright.
believe him. This is what I really think happened. Maybe he's telling the truth, but this is what I think. He bought 3 of them, and he was going to keep one, play one, and the other one was going to pay off the other 2 when the prices jack up. That's what I think really happened,
Maybe.
in my opinion.
I don't know.
Could be wrong.
If-
Could be wrong.
I'll tell you right now, if I
Playing
had
the
the
free
extra,
market.
if I had the extra money, and this is probably the only person I really care about her getting a signature model, I can't say I wouldn't have done it.
Like if you were
But
gonna,
I couldn't even get one.
I mean, if I had like a friend that I knew wanted it, like I'd buy an extra one for them if I had the opportunity, you know? But like
Right.
not just to hold on to and then like eventually sell later. Just because it's so limited, you know what I mean? But also, hey,
That's also
if
why you
this
probably do it.
if
though.
this sold out so fast, it
You-
might not
you
be
guys-
limited for much longer.
That's
guys
what I
have-
was thinking.
You guys have
Like,
good intentions, though. I know for fucking sure somebody just bought multiples just to resell it. You know they did, and it's smart to
Maybe.
be honest. They're gonna resell it for double the price, and they can. And I know someone
Yeah.
will pay for it. Someone's gonna pay 12 grand for that guitar, guarantee
Dude,
it.
people are paying 5 and 6 for the freaking flappy pigeons.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That could be true, but at the same time, it could be that they just want to show support for Konami when she's releasing her big signature on PRS, sending a message to PRS like, "Hey, we need to make more of these."
Make an SE model,
you know?
dumb bastards.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I like this guitar is just because of how much you can customize it while playing. Like you could change your tone to fit anything. So for me, from a cover band standpoint, I was like, that's fucking amazing. That's why I like my yellow Ibanez. PRS does have a version that's similar to Konami's, but like I just like the fact that you can go in and out like from different styles of guitar with that one guitar. I was like, that's pretty badass. I was like, I'll play the shit out of that. You know, that's why I play that yellow one so much, because I could turn it into a
Oh,
Strat.
because it has like the coil tap.
Yeah, the coil tap. You could split the coils. I love that. And this new PRS that Konami released, I hope it inspires other versions of it. So even if they don't have a signature version, I'm probably just going to get that PRS, because I do love that idea that we can split the coils and stuff like that for different tones, because I love trying to match the covers that I'm doing.
Yeah,
and
my
whatnot.
$500 PRS does that.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound this one has. This is the cheapest one I've ever played on that actually sounds good when I actually do it. Whenever I use the $500 ones, there's always this weird buzzing or metallic sound that happens, or I have like more frequency issues, or like I'm getting a lot of feedback on a stage. I don't know. I've tried other ones that just don't work. There's like a couple Schecters, come with the lower PRSs. They don't do it. On this one, you have two little toggles that you can alternate.
I
so
wish
I
I
think,
had the toggles.
yeah.
I got the push pull pod on mine, and it just sucks.
Exactly. I love the toggles.
like
This
Yeah, that's what I
this
got.
has the toggles also. Even my bass has that. That bass you can do the same thing. Ibanez has some really good guitars that can do it for pretty cheap.
Hey, do you know how long ago they released that Konami guitar, the signature? Like approximately.
Like everything's sold out in
20th.
like 6 hours, right? Or something like that.
The 20th.
The 20th? Okay, and do you know how many they made?
200.
200.
And they all sold out in less than a day. They're making more. Like that was like if
Yeah,
That was
you
a test run.
they'll
if
make
you
more.
sell them for $6,000 and they all 200 of them in one day, like
Bro,
it
Konami
is-
made them over $1 million in a fucking day.
Yeah, dude, they have to release a second
Just-
batch. They'll probably keep doing this. If this is going to keep happening, they'll probably keep releasing 200.
I don't think
like
the-
that many
The next ones
every
won't
like
be
6
signed.
months or something.
The problem is, I think the
Right.
next ones won't be
They'll be-
signed. These are just going to be her signature
Oh yeah,
guitars.
yeah.
So that's what's
Yeah,
kind of
it'll have her signature on it. She just won't have
sign
written it.
Yeah, these
Well,
other
maybe.
ones
She
were
didn't have
hand
her
signed.
signature on it. She had a Band-Maid. She just had the Band-Maid logo on the truss rod cover. She didn't even have her name officially on it.
Oh, really? Wow.
That's all. That's about the band, dude.
Yeah, that's
All
very
about the band.
good for her, man. That's very selfless. I would not have been that
But
selfless.
she
if
did
I were
sign.
her.
She did sign these right on the back plate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she signed the back plate.
So I think if they come out with the rest, it's not going to be the back plate. It won't have the signature. That's going to be the difference with these newer
Right.
ones.
Won't
come
that
out.
rub off after you play it for a while?
Well, yeah. So you
That's
take,
true.
take it off or get a replacement. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
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 But if I'm them, I'm just having her sign it again because you can't sell it for $6,000 if it's not going to be signed,
No,
right? Like
I imagine it'll be a more affordable version coming out, but they see how many people.
you'll
There's
get
a lot
that,
of people
yeah.
getting turned on to the band, like wondering who is this, you know, and then
Mhm.
they check it out and they see what she does. They did a really good job with what she plays in the. There's a video introducing you to her on
Yeah.
Paul Reed Smith website, and it's really
Oh
It's a
yeah,
good
that's on my
video.
watch later list.
Oh,
with the
cool.
with the Konami limited edition, though, I will say this is brilliant on PRS's standpoint, because I looked at it, I was like, damn, I'm not gonna be able to get this, and I do love that they have like the similar PRS that's like this. They have one right here. It's a custom 24, and it's a lot. It's like the price is cut in half, and I'm like, okay. Worst case scenario, get that one. But I love that
Yeah.
it inspired these other products, or it's like along those lines. Of course, it's not going to have
that looks
the
so cool,
inlays
dude.
and stuff.
It
like
does.
that.
It's got a really nice paint job on it, and I love those inlays, dude. Those birds are fucking wicked.
Yeah.
That
Brush
wood
stroke.
grain is crazy.
Oh, the whole thing is so beautiful. It's such a nice looking guitar.
is.
Jesus.
Black chrome.
Oh my God, I love that, dude. I was not even like I saw it from a distance. Now that I'm looking at it up close and seeing the details on it, it's so nice.
Huh, what? Okay, so what did those switches do? Are they
Those
like
are the ones that
phase
split the
switches?
coils. They'll split the coils on the guitar. So
Oh,
and-
like it's not a
Yeah.
push-pull pot; it's an
Nope.
actual switch.
So here's the different settings, like for different positions, how you want it, like a treble humbucker, and it shows you where to put the switches to get your specific tones.
wow.
And you have the coil tap. This is why I love it. I'm like, this is fucking genius. I mean,
Yeah, this is nice.
and
Every single configuration. Wow.
exactly. And I think with PRS, the reason why I love the idea of this is because I know PRS doesn't make shitty guitars, you know, when it comes to their higher end stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna sound good no matter which tone you switch to. That's the biggest issue with these type of guitars is when you do switch them, they don't really sound that great. Some of them do, but
Yeah,
most
yeah.
of them sound a little weird. Or like Ryan said, you have the push pull thing, which is annoying.
Yeah, I have that, and I always use humbucker. Like
You
Yeah.
never
If
switch
if I
it,
want
right?
single coil, I'll just use my Strat.
Having the
Mm.
option to have one of them tapped and one humbucker would be sweet.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
this has a good humbucker sound and Strat sound. So I love having both those in just one guitar. It's definitely helpful because when I switch to my other Ibanez and it's just active EMGs, I'm like, this is annoying. I wish I could switch to the Fender style out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, hey, they just played Zepp and Haneda last night.
I don't know what that is.
In Tokyo. It's a place in Tokyo. They played a
Oh.
concert.
Oh.
Band-Maid did. So let's see. All the new songs they played all their new songs.
Oh, nice.
23 songs. They usually do, I guess it's 22 to 24 when they play in Japan, but yeah, 23 songs. A pretty roller coaster kind of set list, man. Forbidden Tale, Endless Story, starting it out and then right into Shambles and Sense, Protect You, Influencer, Warning, Show Them, Go Easy, Domination, and Memorable, Letters to You, Brightest Star. It's like up and down. It's awesome.
Cool.
Dude, their catalog is so
It's
huge
insane, dude.
already.
Yeah.
Like they're still young relatively, and they've got such a massive catalog. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I know we've talked about this before, but it's like I'm always surprised when I hear that they play like 23 songs at their shows, just because I don't know. Most of the shows that I go to, that it's the main band doesn't play that many. I guess it's because they don't. Usually, I see bands with other bands, right? What did Band-Maid have an
Right.
opening act?
No, they
No,
never
they
did.
just
One
go
man.
out solo every time. It's crazy.
They go
but, like,
solo.
yeah.
They don't do the bullshit. Oh, do you want us to come back out and play? They just play their sets. This is the last song, and then they're done. You're like, whew. You have to stand there for 10
Now
minutes
cheers. So we'll do a.
clapping.
Oh, dude.
I also appreciate that they're playing all of their new songs like mixed in with the classics, you know. Like
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of shows where you go in and they play nothing but their new stuff, and then they we'll play like 2 classics just to keep you guys. This is what brought you in, but now we're gonna play our whole new set, you know, that nobody knows as much. But they're like, oh, we're gonna play all the new ones, but we're also gonna play like at least half of our songs are gonna be classics that you guys already know and are aware of and have been for years.
Awesome.
I just want this guitar, guys. I can't stop looking at it.
It's yeah, I'm looking at her. Just it's on her. It looks even better. You know, like
Yeah, you know what? I think maybe it's for the best that it's sold out. I'm like, probably shouldn't be wasting $6 grand on a credit card.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Probably
6K,
shouldn't be.
I'm
it's
just
beefy.
so happy for her. And she's
At
so,
least-
you know, I don't know how she's so deserving and grateful that it happened. And
Yeah.
Yes.
At least the guitar will hold its value. So if
Oh,
you
hell
need
yeah,
to
dude.
sell it and repay the debt, you'll be fine.
well,
That's exactly
the
what I was
first-
thinking. I wouldn't mind getting because I'm like, I know someone would probably want it if I fell on hard times or whatever. You
Yeah.
know?
the first Japanese artist, signature model PRS, and there's only 9 other ones right now. So she's the 10th one.
That's
and I
amazing.
look at the other ones and it's like, all right, I knew most of like half of them.
mm-hmm.
So they're real picky about it. And the guitars they have are pretty unique.
Well, she's a huge fan of Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana is with PRS.
oh
And
Wasn't
sure
he
she-
like one of the first artists to use it?
I'm sure she's like just overwhelmed with
yeah.
even that fact too. You know, I don't know if she
Oh
mentions
yeah,
that.
for sure, man.
You
Sure.
know, the beyond because you're one of your heroes is with this company, and now you're with this company. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, and she's been you know, like endorsed for a long time, but big step.
Not even. I don't even think Herman Lee is on the PRS roster, is he?
Not
Does
signature.
he use PRS?
but,
Yeah, he
I mean,
switched to PRS.
There's
yeah.
Pulse and official
Oh.
artists.
I'm sure he's endorsed.
sure.
He's endorsed by him, but he's not. He doesn't have a signature guitar. I think the main guy that really put PRS in the map was a dude from Creed, actually. 'Cause
Tremonti,
yeah, Tremonti.
Mark
He had-
Tremonti.
yeah, his guitars are good, man. His SE guitars
Yeah.
are really good. If you buy one of his, I had one for a while. It was awesome sounding. It was a great sounding guitar.
Is Mark
Is it
Tremonti
true?
like a famous guitarist?
Yeah, he's from Creed, and then he did Alter Bridge.
Oh,
Miles Kennedy,
I
yeah.
know him better from Alter Bridge than I do from
Yeah.
Creed, weirdly enough. But
pretty
yeah, he is really nasty, actually. Like with the stuff that he does in Alter Bridge is so much more interesting
He's actually
than
an
everything that I did in Creed.
He's a great guitarist, actually, and amazing vocalist. Phenomenal vocalist. You would never know unless you watch his like solo channel. But I
He
was
did,
gonna
like, a
say
whole
something.
Sinatra album.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Sinatra album. The amp sounded amazing too in this. The PRS amp. I haven't even tried
In
one
this
of those.
video,
Yeah,
can you play a little bit of the sound when she's playing?
I need to find it.
8515 pickups. Sounds like ground beef.
That-
Eric Ifune, who must have been at the show, said they spent much of the first MC talking about the guitar at the concert.
You guys want to hear
Sounds like
this?
ground beef.
Heard that or not?
All right.
Yeah,
I'll play
yeah.
this example. I don't think we'll get caught.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds nasty. All right, cut it off so we don't get copyrighted. But it sounds really good. You're right. What amp is she using? A PRS amp too?
She's using a PRS
I couldn't
amp.
see.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
PRS. I've never tried one.
Oh,
We'll love
I
to
haven't
hear from
either.
you in the comments if you guys have tried one of those amps.
I don't know how popular those are. Like in general, like
I
just
didn't
the
even
amp
know they made
itself.
amps.
Me neither. That's why I was confused.
The thing I like about PRS too is they pay attention to detail. That's why I'm not sponsored, by the way. I really everything I've gotten from them has sounded great. So I'd be curious to hear what that amp sounds like. You know, I feel like they're the new Peavey. PRS is like the new Peavey, except way more expensive because Peavey tried to make it more affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
PV was kind of like the Walmart brand for a while there.
Yeah,
They were for every up and coming metal band. Like
Budget brand.
if you couldn't afford to be a famous metal band, you got a PV.
yeah. Everyone had a Peavey Predator. Come on, everyone had a Peavey Predator.
Or
Or
a
the
5150. A lot of people had the 5150.
Peavey Predator,
Amp too.
Peavey Raptor were those the starting guitars, but they were really good. They're really good out the box. They weren't like
Nice.
cheap or anything. I still have it.
I got
too.
the PV Triple X.
Yes, I had that one too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's brutal, man. Like that was my like, oh, I can finally join a metal band because I have this now. Like it was the heaviest sound that I had ever had up to that point.
Like 10 years ago, where you had to have a stack.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was.
I miss
really-
my stack though, man. The cab, the stack, it was beautiful.
And then the color of the PRS was because that was the first guitar she started on. Was it with that color too? I thought that was fascinating.
Krampus green.
Yep. How do you say it? Trampus green?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that
Yeah,
was a
the
such
first one
thing.
was a very bright green, and this has that color, but has a smoke burst on it, so it's a much more subdued green. So it's got that almost silvery look to it. Looks
Yeah,
fucking
I
great.
like this one better. It kind
Me
of
too.
it's like faded, and that's like just such a cooler. I don't really like the super bright guitars. You know, I've always been like more partial to the black, white, or like the smoke screen ones. This one has the perfect look though, and I'm not even saying that as like Band-Maid Kanami fan. Like it's probably coming off like we're just like lick or whatever. But like honestly, that is beautiful looking guitar.
Heck yeah.
Cool.
All right. What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's all I got, guys. Trampus is the name of a worker who created the color. Ah.
Oh, right on.
Okay.
Cool.
It's the name of a guy that works there. Okay. I did not know that.
Awesome.
This PRS had a big floral display in the hallway at the venue, congratulating her. It's cool, man.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Somebody just said that like Wings of Pegasus did something.
I don't know what
Kanami.
that was.
Like I wasn't. I was confused by the comment, but did you see that too?
Where's that?
It was
Wings
early
of-
in the chat, but yeah.
Wings of Pegasus on Kanami?
Yeah, something about. Here we go. Full Band-Maid interview link and description is Wings of Pegasus from Seize the Day.
Link in what description?
Oh, oh, he's saying that our link is wrong in the description. I got it.
Oh,
Sorry about that, dude. Yeah, our bad.
so last
The
week
Wings of
it's-
Pegasus does have a video with Band-Maid. And
He
it
does.
says British guitarist analyzes Band-Maid doing something crazy, playing live.
That's
I love
funny.
it, dude.
I respect
Finally,
that.
finally,
It was
he's
5 years ago.
analyzing a real live performance.
Yeah, it was 5 years ago.
Oh.
Oh, it was fucking 5 years ago. Wow.
Yeah. So Wave, Ryan, you guys hear any cool music this week? Recording your stuff?
Yes.
Let's see. I got my first streams tonight,
Oh,
but
okay.
I've heard a ton of stuff. But
Well, let's talk about that Gungire song or whatever. 'Cause
Fuck yeah,
I
dude.
just heard
Let's
that
talk
for the
about that
first
song.
time. Yeah. What was it called?
Gungire Encrypted. It's a new song and their first official video out. This band, if you guys like metalcore stuff, check them out. They had under 400 subscribers when the video came out last week, and now they're over 700. We need to get them to 1,000 because just listen to it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
you'll see why, because it's a freaking badass song.
Ryan,
spell that?
I met the. Huh?
it's like Gungire.
It's good. Yeah, it looks like Gungire, but it's Gungire. And I've met the band and seen them play live. They're freaking awesome. They're great people.
Yeah,
They're
Ryan's
playing like all the time, man.
Ryan's brought them up to us before in the past, and Ryan hears a million bands and then brings them up to us, so I just ignore most of them. But I actually went out and listened to that one this morning, and I was shocked by how high quality it was in pretty much every sense. Like every instrumentalist was really good, and the vocalist was nasty, like really nasty. Like this is one of those bands to keep an eye out for, because if this is their first official music video and it already sounds that good, like I can't wait to see what they're doing a year from now. Hopefully they just don't lose steam or anything like that. It happens sometimes, but
Yeah.
There we go. Alan's bringing it up.
it's pretty nasty. Like, but you have to like heavy stuff. Like she screams, guys. If you don't like the screams, be aware. She's a screamer. She's got clean vocals too, and they're good also, but she's definitely a screamer.
I feel like I've heard of this band, but I don't remember what it sounded like.
I've been talking about them for a while, dude. So it's probably me talking about them.
All right. Anything else? Newswise, or we just end it here?
News. I've been so there's been a cool band on my stream, and I think you guys have heard them too. Atozome.
I gotta tell you, like, it's been a little bit bare recently, it seems like, at least over the last month. There's been a couple tracks that are released, banned here and there. We talked about the new Trident song last week, and I mentioned that what's from call it? Gotrek Spin came out with one last month that we checked out or whatever, but like, I'm not really finding too much that's like really piquing my interest right now.
The Atozome that you're talking about, Wave, I think that's the one I checked out. I hate it because fucking AutoZone comes up every time I type it in. That band is real. I believe that's the one I heard 3 songs by them, and what I think their biggest one was like my favorite. It was really. How do you spell it? It's just AUTO, right?
No, it's ATOZOME.
Yeah, got it. Yes, yes. This band is so fucking good. They're really good. We were checking it out on stream, and you're right, Wavy. Ryan, have you checked this out already?
I think so.
This song, I think you all would really enjoy. I'm gonna put it in the chat for you guys. It's really good. It's a really good band. You should check them out too. Camp if you ever can. But what did you like them, Wave? What did you like about them?
Yeah. Well,
They're pretty awesome, dude.
Really cool sound, but they also are very eclectic. Like every song I heard is completely different than the last. So that's either a positive or a negative, you know, who knows. But they're super underrated, it seems like. They haven't posted in 4 months. And most of their stuff's from over a year ago. And just over 1,500 subs.
You know, we were just talking about this before we went on. And I feel like if you're a new band like that, like 3 months should be the maximum that you don't post any content, you know, like to keep your momentum up. Because we've talked so many times about how Nemophila's first year was so important to them because they just kept dropping stuff, whether it just be like, you know, something in the studio or like a live concert or something like that. It gave them so much steam going forward through that year that by the time the second year came up, if they didn't post anything for a month, everybody was like, where the fuck did they go? They're gone, you know? And like, but that it kept us engaged with them. And you know, you're just mentioning this about this band now, and I mentioned East of Eden hasn't posted anything in 4 months either. So I went through their like, you know, their song list or just their like release list on their YouTube page. Like their first one was a year ago, right? And then they never let more than 2 months go without posting a new thing. We were hearing a lot about it, East of Eden, for like the beginning of whatever. But now it's been 4 months, almost 5 months. And you go, people out of sight, out of mind type of deal. Like, you know, there are a lot of really great young Japanese bands out there that like gain a lot of momentum right away, but they have to keep posting stuff in order to keep us following them, you know. And I really want to see them try to take that Nemophila style and just post one thing every month, and I think it'll really keep you like in the minds of the fans.
Well, that's the big difference between this band and the bands you mentioned is they didn't have momentum out of the gate. You know, those bands you mentioned are super groups with people who are already really well known, and then they started new projects. This band, you know, they were just starting from scratch. Actually, they've been posting for over 5 years, and seems like they were pretty consistent for about 4 years. And I mean, they're still posting every few months, but they don't have that super group status. They don't have a Saki to bring fans in, and they don't have, you know, multiple bands that they came from to bring fans in from. They're just trying to get momentum going from nothing. So there was no momentum to maintain.
That's true. But I kind of, I'll take that same mentality and just say like, you want to start the momentum somewhere, right? Like, so like if you have long stretches of not posting, then you're not going to get the momentum in the first place. But I just want to follow up. A couple people in the chat saying right now that East of Eden has been taking a bit of a break right now. So I didn't know that.
Oh,
I said, CK said that Ayasa is busy with Morphonica, who I have not heard of. You guys remember Morphonica?
Decent band. Yeah, they're pretty good band.
I've heard.
Was that her original band, Morphonica?
I don't know, but that's off the Bang Dream franchise, right?
Morphonica?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm going to pull them up real quick.
That's another thing. It's like, Kazumon is so busy. She's got so many different projects.
Check out her go to Wakazayamon's channel and look at some of her solo stuff. It's really wild. It's out there. It's cool. Very cool.
Oh, I got some news for you guys. I don't know if did you guys hear about the Annalynn thing with faking cancer to get money?
What?
Which brought in some of our Japanese bands. Prompts was going to do a fundraiser for them, and they found out he was faking his cancer, and they were going to set up like a benefit show for them, and then ended up not doing it. The band's called Annalynn, so they were together for 20 years. He has some like financial issues or whatnot in Thailand, And instead of saying he has financial issues to ask for support, he faked cancer. And they were going to set up a lot of shows to help him out. Gnosis being one of them. They're from Japan. They were going to help him out by setting up some charity festivals and found out about it. But this band was together for 20 years. And it's just done. They're done now.
Wow.
Because the rest of the band found out that he was faking?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Because the rest of the band found out that he was faking cancer?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how they found out, but I know Prompts, they put out a message or an article. I'm bringing it up right now, trying to just get it translated.
What is it? Is that Munchausen? Is that what? I think so.
So I'm sad.
I don't know.
So Rio from Gnosis said, I'm sad about Annalynn. I can't find any other words, because he's the one that was really involved in this, with setting up the charity event. It's like, I'm truly sorry to everyone who supported me. It's frustrating that all we can do is wait for their announcement. This is before they posted about it. But yeah, that's got to suck. Like, you get your fans to donate a bunch of money for this guy to help him out, and then you find out it's just like not real.
How could you sleep at night? Like, being that person, you know, like, how could you lay down in bed and like think about your life and be like, I'm just trying to deceive a bunch of people right now that are supportive and loyal to me. I'm going to lie to them about a cancer, of all the things, a cancer diagnosis, to try to take money out of their pockets.
You'd have to be kind of sociopathic.
Yes, you'd have, right? Like, you can't have any sort of like sympathy for human beings to do something like that. Like, it just feels so evil to lie about cancer, doesn't it?
Yeah, with all the people who are actually suffering from it.
Exactly.
And you know, Japanese fans, they're super like loyal to the band that they're listening to, right? Their fan bases are much more like, they're going to help you out no matter what. We've seen this with Band-Maid, Nemophila, other bands. It goes the same way for their counterparts, you know, the male counterparts. Their fans are super into them. They're always there for them. So I think for him, the guy from Rio from Prompts, that's got to be a really big blow, because he convinced his fans to like donate all that money, and just to find out that happened, it's like, dude, it's a super big punch in the face. And you know what, Ryan and I have been involved in something similar, you know, where we've gotten played to a certain extent where something was faked.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, it can happen to anyone. You know, just gotta be careful. You really do.
I feel like we were
so.
played. I feel like us as a foursome were played by a certain individual.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's what I
2
mentioned.
years ago.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. Yeah.
A certain individual situation that made some promises to us that didn't necessarily pan out. Where it's like, okay, and then just ghosted us. You know.
Yeah. For
Forgot
sure.
about that.
Yeah, because we didn't talk about it. We intentionally were keeping silent about it to the people, right? And then we got excited about it, and then it just evaporated into thin air. And it's like, okay, well, I guess we'll just move on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what
Alan just really.
I was like, oh, I've been fucked over so many times, you know. Just all like just they just start meshing together. I just gotta forget about it.
Yeah, I only learned a whole new skill fucking for that whole thing.
Here's the thing, though. He could have easily just came out. He didn't, even if he is like a sociopath or whatever, he could have just came out and been like, I'm having financial issues. I'm struggling. Came from Thailand and we were going through some hard times. I guarantee you, if he said something like that, people would have still helped him. He didn't have to go the whole cancer route.
Yeah.
Right? Come on.
It's the same issue as the lip syncing. Don't lie about it. Like, it's that simple.
It's relatable. Everybody has financial issues. Maybe he just wanted that step up. He's like, maybe in his head, he was like, oh, everyone has financial issues. Nobody's going to buy into this, which is sick also in the head to be like, oh, let's just do cancer.
But yeah, the real question is, how much money did he owe to the Yakuza? That's what I'm hearing here. Asking is not enough money, so I'm going to have to steal it.
Oh, man.
I just feel like you're in a band that's pretty notable, right? You could have asked the fans, or like maybe come out with new shirts. Like, hey, I'm selling this new shirt. It's gonna help me with some financial troubles I'm going through. And then maybe the band from Prompts could have helped them. They're under the label. They could all helped out, you know. And instead, he went the sick route.
It's also just the type of thing where, like, you can't think about, like, if you think about it for longer than a couple minutes before like faking this shit, you know that like you're gonna have to eventually admit to it, because there's no way that you could fake this forever. Like, what's he gonna start doing? Shaving off his eyebrows and shit? You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna go to is he gonna go to the actual like chemo place? He's gonna go get radiation even though he doesn't need it. Like, people are gonna find.
You really gotta think ahead, dude.
Yeah, this is not.
I don't think they would
planning.
give you chemo treatment.
They
if
wouldn't.
You didn't have.
They wouldn't. Right?
Well,
So like,
well, I mean, he can find a place. I mean, if you go to Mexico, you could get treatment for anything without.
True, if you pay. But then that defeats the whole purpose.
yeah.
Wow, now I really feel sick.
Now I'm paying to lie. You know, like
he ends up giving himself cancer. Like,
Oh my
now
God.
I really got cancer. He gets
Oh,
chemo
man.
and just ends up getting cancer.
Boy who
Dude, it's
cried
like that-
wolf.
It's like that South Park episode where Randy wanted to buy weed legally, so he gave himself testicular cancer,
Yeah.
so that he could go to the store and actually buy weed.
That's the
And
thing.
it's like,
Now, if he actually
Now you've
does,
ruined it.
if he actually does get sick, no one's gonna believe him now. No, guys,
yeah.
seriously, this time I mean it.
Well, the band's
Does it
done.
even matter at this point though? Like, because nobody's ever gonna trust him again. Like, it's like
Yeah.
he just destroyed his career.
He destroyed the whole band. The band's over. Like, that's the other
They
thing.
were
It's
together
just like
20
that
years,
sucks.
you said?
20 years, bro. 20 years. So Simno was
That's
saying in the
crazy.
chat he was deep in with loan sharks.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that true?
I don't know if Simno's being serious about that, but
No, I
Yeah,
think he
he might-
was.
he might have
It
been.
was something he owed a crap ton of money. But again, he could have brought that up, you know? He could have said, hey, I got in bed with some shady people, some shady loan sharks, and, you know, they're coming after me for the money.
yeah, I guess. I don't know
Hindsight's
how well
20/20,
that
huh?
plays out though, you know? Like, if you were to come online and be like, listen, I'm deep in gambling debts, how many people are going to really help you at that point? But if you just say, if you keep it vague and just say, hey, we've been a band for 20 years and we're really struggling right now, like, here's, like you said, here's a new t-shirt. It's like, you sell that shit for $25 a pop, and like all of your fans are going to buy it if they know that, you know, you're struggling, and if they can afford to, they will. You know, and there's some money right in your pocket right there. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Simno said, yeah, we covered it on Tank Stream. So they were.
I was looking at it right now. So the real issue is that he was taking loans from loan sharks, but sometimes that's all you can
Dang.
do, right? If you don't have the money and nobody's giving you a loan, sometimes people will resort to that, which is just unfortunate. But
They
normally it's
will,
because
but
of gambling.
I would suggest not to do that. Anybody that's listening to us right now.
Yeah,
Try
if
to
the
avoid loan
interest rate
sharks.
is higher than other places, it's not worth it.
If the
Yeah.
guy that's gonna help you is called a shark, don't use that guy.
Yeah, you
Accurate.
That's a good point. I mean, you never go. You see like the money loans building. None of them say shark loans, right?
No. If you find somebody that they're called a lone tuna, then maybe try them out.
Lone,
Like,
lone salmon.
yeah. Just
Dude.
not the sharks.
And yet people are clamoring to get on Shark Tank.
That's
Although,
different, okay? That's
I
different.
think people are catching on. Like they go on there for the exposure and then they don't take the deal.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Dude, Shark
smart.
Tank tricked me for like a good year, where I was like, oh, this is cool. This is like real. And then I was like, wait a minute. And one day I turned it on and I was just like, oh, they have no interest in actually making a deal right now. I can't remember who it was. It was a wrestler. A wrestler one on there. Oh, it was DDP. So DDP is a wrestler. He has a yoga company, which is already successful, right? Like, he's already a successful entrepreneur or whatever. And he went on to Shark Tank and did the whole spiel. He basically cut a wrestling promo and they were having fun. And then at the end, they were all like, this is a great product. And then at the end, they were like, but we're not going to do anything with you. And DDP was like, okay, this was fun. And then he left. It was like, this was just a commercial. This was an
Yeah.
advertisement.
Now everybody knows about it. Yeah.
Also,
That's what every show becomes after a few seasons. Once they get successful, oh, they're just a big commercial now.
on top,
Yeah.
on top of this, they were selling shirts too. I'm looking right here. They were also selling shirts, so people were buying merch because of this.
Mm.
That-
Okay, so I mean, we don't know how much money the dude needed and how fast he needed it. Not that I'm
Yeah.
excusing him, but I'm guessing that merchandising wasn't going to pay for his bills.
Yeah, if faking cancer felt like a better option, like
It's a serious shit.
I know. It'd be interesting to hear what he has to say about it, but he hasn't said much. He just apologized. He just felt like there was no way out. That he had.
Well,
to
let's
do
get
it,
the
so.
let's get the loan shark on the show. Let's ask him.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to a goddamn loan shark.
We're not going to borrow money from him.
Don't get involved with those guys. Didn't you just hear me?
We're very.
I'll show up, but you got to give me $50.
We're not telling you to borrow money from him, Ryan. We're just interviewing
I don't want to deal with them.
I just want to hear what he has to say.
You gotta give me $50 to get on the show, and then in fine print.
Hey, it might be worth it. It might be worth it. Hey, we got Annalynn's loan shark on the line right now. We paid him $50 to be here.
I'm not a bad guy. I'm just trying to help him out. Yeah, I can hear it now.
Yeah, that's what they'd all say. Like every single one of them. Well, I'm providing a service to the community.
I'm
if
a
you can't afford to pay it
philanthropist.
back, that's not my fault.
That's not my problem.
Yeah,
It becomes your problem.
there's a Reddit commenter on here that says, I saw them here in Japan earlier this year. Many Japanese band members doing shows with them seem to become fast friends with him. He seemed very lovable and charismatic, which makes sense. That's probably how he convinced everyone to do it, right? The band Prompts even did a charity show for him, and the singer especially put in a lot of effort to get tickets sold to help. Bond all just lied to cover up the loan, debts, and bad business decisions. What a shithead, said one of the Reddit people here. So
Yeah, well, it's not the first time we're going to hear a story like this, and it's definitely not going to be the last,
Nope.
you know?
he's definitely not. Yeah, there are a lot of people who fake a lot of different things, especially on YouTube. Like when they do channels and stuff, you always hear about channels getting exposed and everything.
Because half of the world is goddamn fake now, guys. Like I've been really going through like an existential crisis lately, where I'm just realizing that, like, of course, like back in 1999 when The Real World came out, I was like, it's kind of annoying how they're like pretending this is real, but it's not. And then now, that's what half of everything is, and everybody just accepts it for that, and it drives me insane now. Like I'm talking to my kid about like the things that his friends are into, and they're watching those videos on like TikTok and Instagram Reels where it's like clearly staged arguments between two people, and they fight about it, and I'm like, you guys know it's fake, right? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, then why are you getting so fucking passionate about it?
Why did you like wrestling?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Did you ever root for one guy over the other in wrestling when you knew it was fucking scripted anyway?
No, I did not.
No?
I don't believe you. I don't.
No. It's entertainment, and I knew it was entertainment, and I wasn't gonna get into like a political argument with my friends over it. You know what I mean? But now they're taking it out of the context, and they're actually fighting about like what's right and what's wrong, and where's the moral value of this. And I'm just like, dude, guys, they're trying to get you to do that. Like this is their intent right now.
Right.
Here's the thing with the Real World, the way that they did it, they make it seem like it's real. They would just manufacture all those like things that are happening there, but everything is just like off the cuff scripts. That's the trick to it. You're just like, all right, here's the storyline, run with it. Be crazy. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and they'll give them direction. They'll say like, try to push buttons over here.
Yeah, but it's genius because it still feels authentic. So you're gonna fool a lot of people because they're just they don't have lines necessarily. It's just like we're gonna say this happened and this, you know, and then since they're going off the cuff, you're just gonna be natural about it, more natural because you don't feel like you're reading from an actual scripted lines. And I think that's how they fooled so many people with The Real World when it came out because you're gonna convince somebody.
Started in 1992.
That's
why I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
It went till 2000.
You don't know what The Real World
but
is?
17 was still fucking long time ago.
You've never heard of like Real World Road Rules Challenge?
I remember that shit.
I don't know.
Where we put them all against each other or whatever.
Yeah, it was
Apparently
like the
I
Road
was only
Rules
1
team
year
and the Real
old.
World. Yeah, I know, but it lasted for like 25 years. But like or 15 years, I think, actually. Like right, like 50. No,
Wave.
25 years. It lasted 25 years. Yeah.
Wave, you didn't miss anything, okay? So don't even worry about
It's what killed the music video. It was
Pretty
literally
much, yeah,
it was
ruined
literally
MTV.
Real World was like,
They're like, we don't have to play music. We can make our own fucking
it
shows.
was-
Yeah, that's what killed it.
Was it like MTV's reality show? First
Yep.
reality
It
show?
was,
well, it was like the first reality show on TV, and it was
Oh,
on
dang.
MTV, and it took place of what would normally be music videos on the channel, and then they came out with the Road Rules, and then they kept adding more to it, and it just became that's where the music videos left.
Dang.
I hate the real.
Yeah, the challenge is still on. So the challenge was
Wait,
like
the real world or the real world?
Whatever.
All of the
TM, real world
They both have
TM.
their issues.
But yeah, the challenge is still on, and my friends watch it. The challenge is just Road Rules Real World Challenge, but they got rid of the first part of
Wait,
it.
it's still going?
Yeah, and it's
You're fucking
popular.
kidding me.
God, dude.
They also have like 1.5 hour long specials where they'll like talk to like.
Aren't those people like 50 now? Like
It's different people, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they change like every
Oh,
couple
okay.
years.
I thought they brought in like the people from 1992. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're like 25 in those.
It's a bunch of like 60-year-olds now just still doing reality TV shows.
I would watch
Bitching
that
about the
if they
world.
came out with the real world and they brought all the people from 1992 and had them challenge each other in something. That'd be pretty hilarious.
You should
Ever
go
hear of
watch.
Bill Bellamy.
Of
I
course,
mean,
yeah,
He came from Real World.
yeah.
He was
Dude,
on
he
the
had
first
like
first
yeah.
series of Real World.
Yeah, and he was like he got his own show. He ended up
Yeah.
being in movies and stuff. Like, yeah, he was a big star back then. It's so funny, man. Alan, there actually was a reality TV show that WWE put out, which was all the old guys that like didn't wrestle anymore. It was like a bunch of like 75-year-old dudes
Oh my
that like
God.
were in the wrestling industry, and they just put a camera on them.
Destroyed.
That was hilarious because they're just like they're a bunch of grumpy assholes that were like in a business full of clowns. You know, they had no idea how to act.
They fucking were dropped on their head multiple times. I'd be
And they were
fucking
all
pissed
drug
off, too.
addicts back in the day too. So it's like that's entertainment.
Speaking of fake stuff, did you guys watch that Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight?
Yeah, dude. I tried.
Oh,
Couldn't.
Yeah, I was about to say.
yeah.
I was about to say how. Yeah,
Thanks
if it
a lot,
didn't go
Netflix.
out.
Was it at
Yeah.
25% for 2 hours?
Well, I could watch it on my phone, but I try and bring it up on my TV and it wouldn't play.
Well, that was the most
So-
obvious scripted fake thing ever. Like when they announced that, I'm like, all right, this is just a money grab for sure. There's no
Yeah,
way.
but the problem is that there were 50,000 people in the arena and 60 million people tuned in to watch it, which
Yeah.
is a mind-boggling number. 60 million people. Like, I don't know if people understand like how much that is for the streaming age. I think this might be like the most streamed thing that's ever happened. And the only time that stuff like that used to happen was when there was like only like 10 channels on TV and like everybody was tuning in for the finale of MASH, you know, like, and now it's like you've got all these people going into this knowing it might be fake and then watching it and then discussing it for a week afterwards and saying, yeah, it probably was fake. And then being like, okay, but we're going to watch the next one anyway. And I'm just going, oh my God, the world is going in such a bad direction when we're just accepting the falsehood of reality now.
Yeah.
Speaking,
And
I don't want to change
I'm
the
not gonna
subject again,
go-
but every time I
No,
open,
you should because I'm this drives me crazy, and I'll just go on a rant for another hour.
we'll circle back. Every time I open Instagram, there's an ad for mixed reality goggles now. And it's
What does
like
that mean?
Instagram has turned its platform into a giant advertising for its
Oh.
own product.
Oh,
Meta Quest mixed reality goggles.
well, meta's
like-
the right word for that because everything is just like it is to advertise your own product on your own platform is pretty meta, you know. But
Seriously.
then circling it back around so that you could use that product on your application is even more meta.
Oh,
It's like going to a movie theater and the movie theater plays a commercial for the movie theater. It's like, what the fuck are you trying to do here? I'm already
Yeah.
here in the theater.
And then
You're
in
not
the
gonna
movie,
convince me to come here. I'm already here.
yeah, and then
Don't
you're
waste my time.
like at some point in the
the
movie,
previews.
you like see somebody walk into that movie theater. Also, it's like
You know what I do
straight
now?
circling.
When I go to the movies, I leave at the time that says it's starting. That's when I leave.
Yeah.
Because by the time I get there, commercials are still fucking playing. I'm not even joking. I live 15 minutes from the fucking movie theater. I leave. So if the showtime's at 7 p.m., I
Great.
leave at 7 p.m. Because when I get there, because you get assigned seats anyways, when you get there, the commercials are still playing. It's
crazy.
mind blowing. It's like 20 to 25 minutes worth of commercial. I'm not even exaggerating. Like this is legit number.
Trailers are so much longer than they used to be. You know, you used to go to like a movie theater and the trailer's like 25 seconds, whatever. Now they're like, you get like full 2.5 minute trailers and you get 10 of them. Well, now we're 25 minutes into the start time or whatever. I will say, I saw an argument yesterday that was that was driving me up the wall also. It was people taking pictures of the movie and then that they were watching in the movie theater, and then arguing that they should be able to just have their phone out the whole time and keep taking pictures. And a bunch of people were like, that's like really inappropriate. They tell you at the beginning of the movie that you shouldn't be having your phone out. And everyone else was just like,
sense, dude.
it's not a big deal. Like, just let us take pictures. It's not affecting you. And I was like, and like the argument was like, if I could pull out my phone and take like 5 pictures with the settings down so that like you can't see the light on my phone, why is that bothering you? And I was like, yeah, but if every single person in the theater has that mentality, then that means that like for the entirety of the movie, people are pulling out their phone and taking pictures the whole time.
So 20 minutes for lesser known movies is the commercial time, and then 25 minutes for the bigger premieres.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's
Literal
pretty-
half hour of nothing.
All right. Oh, we've gotten way off topic, guys. I think we'll see you all later. I mean, anyone got anything else you want to add before we end this stream? Yeah.
Yeah, my
No.
album's releasing on the 25th. Come check it
Huh?
out. Yeah, no, I don't know. Isn't that what
You're
people do?
releasing a Christmas album?
That's what people do at the end of like podcasts, right? They're like, okay, your
Oh,
turn. Go
when you
ahead.
have
Tell
an
them.
album.
Tell them about your album. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys
I have an album out if you want to check it out.
There you go. Check out Ryan Mears' album. He's got an album out.
fine, check out his album. Also, I'll be live on Christmas doing music reactions. I mean, Thanksgiving. If you guys want to hang out, if
right
somebody
on.
wants to hang out with somebody,
Let's
for
do
Thanksgiving,
a Hot Ones episode. You guys want to do a Hot Ones episode?
I'm down.
That would be fun.
Like on Zoom?
yeah, on Zoom. We all get our own
I'd be
Yeah,
totally down
hot
with that.
shit.
Cover mine in ketchup and just be like, this isn't so bad.
Right?
You guys are, yeah.
Dude,
That would be funny.
what if
It'd be
what if
horrible.
that show is like First Take and they are actually just doing that? Like, we have no
I
idea if
think they
it's
are.
actually like spice. It's just, it could be ketchup every time.
God.
What if that's not real? Is what you're telling us?
Yeah. What if a show
All
like
right.
that's not real?
I'm
It
sick
would be
of
like
Champ-
finding out
actors
Tom
were
Hanks is an
faking it?
asshole, dude. Don't tell me that.
Champs
Hot
in
Ones is
the
real.
Champ's in the mood of ruining everything for us, so we're gonna talk to y'all later. See you.
Yeah. Fuck society.
Enjoy the real world, everyone. See you.